Hi everyone, my name is Saurabh and I am the co-founder of ExaProtocol. And today I'm really excited to show you ExaDrive, which is a distributed file storage system built using mobile devices. So we have been engineering it for past couple of years and today we have it live. So what this ExaDrive does is, first of all, we have made sure that the DFS provides you with Web2 speeds. So it is no longer a very slow DFS that people are used to. So we are transitioning to a very quick file delivery using a DFS. And what's more interesting is that it is not just limited to storing your assets. You can also host your static websites. Now, every website today is either powered by React, Vue, or Angular. So what it means is you can actually host your web apps on this ExaDrive. And I'm going to show you how it actually works. Plus, we have built this for developers. We have released the SDK, and using that SDK, you can build your apps programmatically. The best part is that the storage is on mobile nodes. So we always said ExaProtocol is built using mobile devices. It's a mobile first DFS, and we are allowing mobile devices to act as storage providers. Plus, we have a very familiar file storage. So there is no Web3 jargon. Whatever you know about Web3 will work right away in this ExaDrive. And finally, we have auto scaling. So even if you have loads of data on your app, you can actually auto scale your ExaDrive assets quite easily. Now, talking about the architecture, this is the overall picture of what the ExaDrive looks like for the Web3 projects. So currently I'm going to show you the ExaDrive management console and how it functions. This management console is actually connected to our caching nodes. So we have multiple caching nodes available, which basically cache your data for quick public access. And these caching nodes are then connected to those mobile nodes, which act like a storage unit. So whenever you save a file through this management console, its route is something like this. It goes to the nearest caching server, and then that caching server determines which mobile nodes to save this data on. You can be using this management console through this portal that we have built, or you can even use an SDK. Plus, we also have a CDN setup. So what the CDN does is it talks to the nearest caching nodes, and it gives you a static URL for your files. This is the role of the CDN. Plus, whatever your apps are, they interact with the CDN to get your data back. It could be the images you have stored on this network. You can use the CDN and get your images back. Now let's quickly go to the dashboard and see how it works. So if I go to sign into console, since I have already logged in, we are just straight ahead going into dashboard. So the center of ExaDrive experience is to create apps. So an app is basically an alias for the Web3 project that you're building. And the first step that you do in a dashboard is to create an app. So let's go and create an app. So if I create an app, it is asking for the app name. Probably let's say I'm working on a crypto Web3 social media. And I also have to reserve app identifier. Now this app identifier is basically a subdomain for the CDN, and it has to be unique. So I would just say maybe crypto Web3 social, maybe, right? So the CDN URL will be this only. And again, this is basically a social media in Web3. So I'm just describing my app. Now we have the SDK available for the web for now, and we'll be releasing it for Android and iOS soon. So let's just select on the web for now where this app will run, and then let's quickly verify. The API key will be generated once we create the app. So let's quickly create this app now. So yeah, the app has been created. The other ones are the previous app that I created, and this is the new one that I created just now. I can, through this, I can view the API key that will be required to access this app via the SDK. I can update the app name and description. I cannot change the identifier because it is linked to the subdomain, so you cannot change that once you create that. Now, what the other thing that has happened because of this app creation is we have also created a corresponding bucket for this app. Bucket is basically a place where you store all your assets for this app. So if we click on view bucket for the app that we created, we'll see that currently we do not have any files because we just created that. So if I click on upload file, we have some instructions of how you can upload the files. Currently we have set the limit for 32 megabytes for every file that you upload. You can also set the directory. So first of all, let's choose a file that can be uploaded. Probably if I were to upload this file, maybe in the images directory. If I upload, so this has been uploaded in the images directory. Let me also probably upload one more file. This is index.html, and this file has also been uploaded. So this image was uploaded in the images directory and the file is in the root directory. Now a lot of things have happened in the backend. It's a very simplified view that you are seeing, and it is essential for everyone. So if I were to talk about what really happened is, so when I uploaded this file, so what happened is, let me go back to the architecture. So I just uploaded my file to the management console, and then this management console actually sent that file to a nearest caching node. And now that caching node has sharded the file and stored on different mobile devices. So this is the process that has happened in the backend. Now comes the beauty of our CDN. Now, since the file has been successfully saved to the mobile nodes and also been cached on the caching node, so what we do is we actually generate a static URL, which is the CDN URL that we generate. So if I go to that URL, probably not the best example of a file. Okay, so let me just upload another file in the images directory. This one. Now the same thing is also happening. This file went to the nearest caching node and then to the mobile devices. So for this file, we actually generated a static URL, this static URL. And if I go to this URL, I can actually see that the file is there. So this is actually the photo when Urban, my co-founder, and we finalized the architecture of how Exa will work. So quite an iconic photo, I would say. So yeah, the other things that you can do from this section is you can either enable or disable the access to these photos. You can actually do that. So if I just hit refresh, now you won't be able to use these files, right? So you can either disable or enable the CDN. If I enable the CDN again, you can actually see the photo over here again. So this is how it looks. Behind the scenes, what has happened is this URL that I just spoke to. So this was basically the browser window that was talking to the CDN, and the CDN was talking to the caching node. And then through that caching node, we got the data back for you. And this is a static URL that we created for your file. So it is probably like the best of both worlds, using Web2's scalability and Web3's DFS or distributed file storage to securely save your data. So this is probably the best of both worlds that exists with ExaDrive. Now, this is quite a simple example that I just showed you, saving these individual assets, but I also mentioned that you can host your static websites. So I already prepared few of those static websites. So one of that is this one. So let me just show you a static website that I created. Now, this static website it's quite a simple one. It only has an index.html file at the root folder and some CSS files in the CSS folder. So if I copy the root URL of the CDN, right? So I can actually serve this static website, right? So if you think about it, this website that you're seeing right now is actually coming from the power of these mobile devices and using the caching nodes. So whatever you are seeing in the browser window through the CDN, through the caching nodes, and ultimately the data is coming from the phones. So this is probably like the thing that we quite really excited about, that is hosting your websites in a distributed or decentralized network such as ExaDrive. Now this is a very basic website that I just showed you. I also have some complex examples, so let me just go back. I already created one more app. So this is a clone of draw.io. We use it a lot. Even this architecture has been created using draw.io. So in this bucket, I actually uploaded 28 odd files. So this is a proper web app, I would say. So if I go to the root URL of this app, and this is the app that is running, and I can do whatever I want, right? So just think about it, right? So this is powered by phones or maybe mobile nodes. So this is the thing I'm really excited about. So this is one of the applications of ExaDrive, hosting your static websites and even hosting your data. Talking about the future, currently the caching nodes, we have set up some caching nodes, but we are going to release the caching node app so that people like you and me can also host or run a caching node. So basically, if you have a home PC, a spare PC at your home, you can use it as a caching node on ExaDrive, and it will earn you passive native tokens of Exa protocol. Second is, if you have a phone or any other mobile device, we actually have created an app that you can install on your phone, and then through that app you can reserve some storage that can be utilized by the network. And if you share storage through your phone, you will also earn some ZAP tokens. So thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.